Good afternoon, morning, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Chase Crawford here with According to the Internet, joined today by the one, the only one,
That's
Grant
right.
Shoop.
That's right. What's up, people? Grant Shoop in the house.
Grant, tell people a little about our friendship and how we met and how we became friends.
Are you sure you want me to talk about our friendship?
No, I'll just do
you might
it.
regret that.
No, I'll just do it. So we started hanging out probably when we were like 16, and since then we've done some film projects together, made like YouTube videos, sketches back in the day, and Grant still makes YouTube videos. So yeah, I mean, we've stayed friends through the thick and the thin. And here we are today talking about some random things that happen. Starting off today on a sad note, though, according to the internet, XXXTentacion was murdered in Florida yesterday at 20 years old.
I know. I just heard that on the radio on my drive here. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of people feel a lot of different type of ways about this. Just checking out Twitter yesterday, obviously, you see a lot of RIP XXX, but like you also see the other side where it's like the dude was facing 15 felonies. He had a case against him because he just beat his girl so bad.
Right.
And I had the draft for the tweet on my phone, like RIP XXX. But like I just thought, you know, me personally, as a husband and as a father to a daughter, like I just don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's just a shame.
It's not that I don't think that he should rest in peace. I just don't know what his legacy is going to go down as, and you know, I just didn't feel right tweeting that. I don't know how you
that's
feel
interesting to ask the question, you know, his legacy and all. But it is a shame, you know, someone dying that young, no matter who it is that's tough. But I mean, the dude had a dark side, but he also had that light side too, you know? So like you said, with the legacy, like, you know, he could be remembered as that abusive boyfriend, you know, dude went to prison and whatnot, or you could remember him as like just a celebrity, like all-star that cared for his fans. So
the thing that gets me is that his girl was pregnant, like while that was happening.
That doesn't really help his case.
Yeah, you're damn right about that. So I mean, I just didn't feel 100% behind it, and you know me, I'll tweet some crazy stuff. Like
it's weird because like just last summer, I mean, we were bopping out to his music.
Look at me,
Brocation in Sarasota, Florida, time of our lives, and you know now we're not gonna have those songs to bop to.
Yeah,
anymore,
no. So I mean, I think I think maybe the conversation circles back to, you know, is this rap beef coming back? Is it real? Like like Biggie and Tupac was in the 90s. I mean, we got Drake and Pusha coming at each other's necks. XXX was murdered. We got Tekashi 6ix9ine and Chief Keef trying to kill each other.
It's a dangerous time to be a rapper.
Yeah, what's his name from Pittsburgh was shot yesterday in the hood, like where he grew up. So it's like these guys work. I mean, and XXX was killed. I'm pretty sure he was killed in his hometown too. It's like they work so hard to get up out of that environment, and then for their town to take them like that, it just doesn't seem right.
It's just like you can't escape, like, you know, the hood and whatnot. Like once it doesn't matter like what level you get to. Like you're always gonna have those roots back home. You know, like everyone always has like a mom and a dad. You know, so it's just like some things you can't escape. Some things you just can't leave behind. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, to me, it's not necessarily that. It's just like, I feel like from a community environment, right? Because we all come from our own places. It's like, I feel like they should, you know, put some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? Go Birdman on it. I feel like whether you love him or hate him from your hometown, why kill him though? You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's a 20-year-old kid. He's doing his thing. He did have, you know, some bad stuff going against him, but he also did have some good stuff going his way. And, you know, I'll also, a lot of people know that I'm very interested in the legal world. All this stuff was alleged against him. You know what I'm saying? He hadn't faced his trial yet. He hadn't had his day in court. And we know some crazy things happen in court. So
This is very true.
I mean, I don't know how to feel about it still yet. I know that it's sad.
It's still fresh, hasn't sit in yet.
Oh, I was very surprised when I saw it yesterday pop up on Facebook. It was like XXL posted like XXXTentacion has died today.
I heard it for the first time on the radio on the drive here. I've been in like my own little bubble, like at the donut shop, that like I don't really involve myself with society anymore other than radio.
Bro, the worst part about it was there's like a Snapchat video that came out of him just like in his car, like dead. And like I just don't. I think that's graphic, a completely different topic, but like to me, like, bro.
Yeah.
Why record that?
Yeah, why post that online?
Who records that?
And I saw some a disturbing video on Facebook the other day, where it was just this man had like had a heart attack, and just like there were people performing CPR on him, and just to like see that like play out like in real life, as not on a doll or not in your head, was really hard to watch. That begs the question, like, how far is it going to go until we can like monetize and regulate what we're seeing on online social media?
Yeah, I mean, they already are monetizing and regulating it, whether you see it or not. I mean, I'm sure TMZ bought that video of XXX from whatever random person recorded it, and like, I don't know. It's all just muddy water, I think, to me.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But kind of circling back to all of us coming from a community, all of us coming from a small town, wanted to move into small town shout out and see what small town you were going to shout out today.
Yo, shout out to my grandma in Gayville, North Dakota. I knew you'd laugh.
Is that an actual
That
town?
is an actual place. I kid you not. It's literally called Gayville. I know. Goodness. I don't know who came up with that name, but they deserve an award, because that's where my grandma lives. But shout out to you, Grandma. I love you. I hope you're getting better. She's going through a bit of a tough time right now. She's fighting some heart issues. So prayers out to you, Grandma. Miss you, love you. And I hope to see you later this fall. So shout out to Gayville, North Dakota.
Love you too, Grandma. Hope that you're doing well. Grant, do you want to give a guess to the population of Gayville, North Dakota?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I mean, it's just so darn cold in North Dakota. I mean, who would want to live there anyways? And then you got nothing but farmland. So I think you can be 14 to drive there, actually. So it's like one of those places. So my guess is going to be like under...
No. Give me a guess.
Like an approximation
I already looked it up, so I can't guess.
I want to say like 5,000.
Okay. Jeremy, if you had to guess, I'll say your guess.
5,000.
Gayville, when you can drive at 14 and it's wintertime, I would say 12,000.
Jeremy says 12,000. Ladies and gentlemen, the population of Gayville is 409.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
That's serious.
Wow. Dude, I can't believe I have like half of my family living out there. That's just what blows my mind. You got my parents who live in Florida, a tropical climate, and then you got my dad's half of the family up in Gayville, North Dakota, making a population of 409 people. Like,
is the high school called Gayville High?
High? I don't know, dude.
Like, no. But like, what would the like? I'm trying like okay, so if you live in that town, do you like name it like Martin Luther King Jr. High, or do you like go like all in?
I feel like you name it after either the wildlife or like the crops that you're growing there.
I feel you. Well, moving into our next topic, according to the internet, Donald Trump has directed the creation of a sixth military branch, the Space Force.
What is the deal with that? I heard that the other day. What do we need to do out in space right now? We know less about our own ocean than we do, about what else is out there.
I'm just trying to figure out how many planets this guy's trying to ruin. Like, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's an interesting way to look at it, Chase.
He has,
planets to ruin. That's good.
He's done his thing here. He
Uh-huh.
But a lot of people see this as a good thing because space is, there's no military in space. And since we have the largest military in the world by 8 times larger than the second place military size or whatever, might as well just increase the size of our military, go to space. I'm just a little confused on why we didn't use NASA. And just make this a branch of NASA.
That's a good question. I mean, dude, we're living in the future. Like, we got self-driving cars.
My life is a simulation.
This is the future. Yeah. Space armies and space wars. We're one step closer to Star Wars, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm one step closer to being a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
And when you got Donald Trump in office, creating a branch of the military that really doesn't need to be created. I mean, we've got Blackhawks and other sorts of spacecraft, our satellites and stuff out there already. Why did we need to create it probably all comes down to funding and what more money that we can tax our citizens. This is about to be a rant about taxes. Uh-oh. Forget the man.
Yeah. You tell him.
Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. What's the deal with tax rates? You know what I mean?
Great.
The price of living is so high right now.
I know, dude. I mean,
it's like almost impossible, and yet we're creating a space program.
Yeah, we sure are. And I honestly, I'm gonna go bold here. I think Donald Trump might be from the future.
Do you think he's a time traveler?
I think that he might be from the future. You know what I'm saying?
Can you back that up? I'm skeptical here. I mean, you could push me one way or you could push me.
Have you ever seen the movie Back to the Future where the douchey guy comes back in time?
That's the movie with the time traveling DeLorean, right?
Yeah. But the guy travels into the douchey guy in the movie.
Marty McFly?
No. His name's Biff.
Biff?
Yeah, he gets a sports out. Have you never seen Back to the Future?
Dude,
first of all,
let's just say, all right, first of all, had a conservative upbringing.
Back to the Future is
wait, you're not gonna let me make my point.
Any film.
No. I know, dude. I know. Here's the problem. Wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob for the longest time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. This is what we're dealing with here. I may have seen bits and pieces of Back to the Future on Spike when I was sneaking, television time in. But to this day, I have not watched it beginning to end.
I bet those commercials on Spike got you hot and bothered when you were a kid.
Oh, absolutely, man. Spike's for men. And then you got Jersey Shore on MTV. I mean, it was the best of both worlds. Commercial break.
Boy.
You switch back to MTV. You got Snooki and Dina twerking in a nightclub.
Oh my god!
GTL for life, man.
No, but circling back to the original.
Yeah, where did this even start?
Circling back to the original topic of Space Force and Donald Trump being a time traveler.
Yes.
I think if you look at Biff in that movie or whatever his name is, I know I'm probably messing it up. He comes back from the future with a sports almanac, and then he bets money on those games and gets rich. Right,
that's a good idea.
So Donald Trump comes from the past, comes from the future to change his past to be rich and invest in all of these things. But he's smart because he messes up a bunch of times along the way, drives a couple companies bankrupt, so no one catches on to he's making a bunch of good investments, but he's also making a couple bad ones so that people think they don't catch on, right?
Yeah.
And then he knows that people will be able to be so manipulated in one single election year that he decides to run for president on the platform he ran on and win. And now he's just doing all the things that are great in the future. I'm sure the Space Force 200 years from now is the best thing ever. But he wants to be someone else probably created it in his time. 200 years from now, someone else probably created it. But he came back and created it himself. So he gets the credit for it.
This all just sounds like an episode of Rick and Morty. I mean, we're talking about space armies.
I was going to say it all sounds
crazy
like an
conspiracies and corruption. I mean, this is an episode of Rick and Morty. I mean,
I don't watch Rick and Morty.
What?
No.
Dude, I'm speechless. I don't even know how to insult you right now. Other than you need to watch Rick and Morty.
I'm an adult male with a child. I don't watch Cartoon Network.
Dude, I just don't have words for anytime someone tells me that they don't watch Rick and Morty, I'm speechless. It is one of the greatest shows of our generation. It's so bold. It's so
For someone who's speechless, you
audacious.
have a lot to say about it.
Okay, well, you just had me shocked with a reaction here.
Shock and all, ladies and gentlemen.
Shock and all.
That's what sells in the news. But I mean, also, I think that Space Force kind of sounds more like a Nike shoe than.
Is that the name of the branch? Space Force?
The Space Force.
I wonder what their theme song is going to be. Do you think it's going to be like some sort of like synthesizer tune?
Ooh.
Or
I think anything from the Stranger Things soundtrack would be
We're coming from space. We're going to spy on you from space. And
so who are we
lasers
going to
at you.
fight in space?
Well, clearly we got to take the moon back, man. I mean, we all know the moon landing was a hoax. I mean, there's clearly, more than meets the eye there, right? Am I right here?
No.
Am I the only one?
Right.
I mean, we're on a podcast. I got to get in my, my crazy moon conspiracy.
No.
Got to get that in there.
No.
I mean, what's on the dark side of the moon? There could be a strip mall on that side of the moon. Who knows?
I bet there's still a GameStop in that strip. There's a GameStop.
And a Blockbuster.
Yeah, there's a GameStop in every strip mall. Let's just make that clear.
It's true.
So yeah. Moving on to our final, maybe final, I don't know.
The final
it's the last
topic
one that I
already?
have written. So
This is crazy.
we may keep talking, we may not keep talking. Who knows how it goes. But the World Cup, have you been watching the World Cup?
Dude, my sleep schedule is so messed up right now that I have not been alive during the day and I have not watched the World Cup. However, what's the deal with America not being in the World Cup? I mean, they didn't meet qualifications.
That happened a year ago.
This is old news, I know.
They lost to Panama or something. And
so they just didn't qualify?
Yeah, no, here's my problem. All right, first I'll get into the
I know
World
you're really
Cup.
into soccer. What's your beef?
No. I'll start the World Cup first, and then I'll get into my problem. The thing with the World Cup is some great things are happening right now. Mexico beat Germany. Germany's the defending world champions, and Mexico is a much less historic soccer country, I guess you could say. So with that being said, for them to beat Germany, which has one of the strongest backgrounds in the sport, is really I think it's almost a perspective on the future. I think that
Didn't Germany win World Cup in 2014?
yeah, they're the defending champions.
It's crazy.
So I think for them to lose in not just their opening game, but to a country like that is that's like them losing to Sweden
Liverpool
or Iceland.
or Liverpool's not even.
Liverpool.
Dude,
What?
I'm sorry, man. Look,
What
I've been
in
waking
the
up at 2
hell,
a.m.
boy?
God, I'm sorry, man.
What in the
take
hell
a
are you
shot.
talking about?
Those at home, that's your cue to take a shot. I said something embarrassing. Embarrass
Bro,
myself.
they've probably if they have to
drinking
take
game
a
now.
shot every time you say something embarrassing, they've probably taken 2 or 3 by now.
Prepare to
You
get
haven't
hammered.
seen Back to the Future.
Listen, man. I've had a
You
weird life.
watched Spike commercials to get hot and bothered.
This has
And
been
now
a weird
you think
conversation.
Liverpool plays
now
in
that
the
I think
World
about
Cup.
it. Have I said too much?
No, we're still having a conversation here, Grant. You
okay.
can't just weasel your way out of it because you're embarrassed.
Not embarrassed. Just take a shot at home.
So, anyways, in 2026, the United States, Canada, and Mexico will be hosting the World Cup. The funny part in this is the trending hashtag was hashtag CUM 2026.
CUM.
Canada, United
Oh
States,
my
and Mexico
Are you kidding me?
2026.
Are you kidding me?
I cannot make this up.
I love the internet.
Because
That's why you gotta
originally-
love the internet. Because no one else would do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, originally they were trying to be creative and make something else up, and dude, the internet just ran with "come 2026," which is it's so awesome. But
Just wait for all the memes that are gonna come out. In 4 years with that. I mean,
well, we're still 8 years away from that World Cup, but it was
is that 8 years?
2026. I don't
Gotcha.
know if
Thought
you're
we were
new to
talking about
math,
next World
but
Cup.
2018 and
Listen, man,
2026.
Those at home, take a shot right now. It's a good time.
What are we taking shots of? American Honey? This episode brought to you by American Honey.
Nah, it should be something that like burns on the way down. I mean, you're dealing with me. I'm hard to deal with, right?
Yeah.
I send like that cringy like feeling down your back. It's got to be something that like sends equal feeling.
Oh man, I don't know.
I'm thinking just straight vodka.
Straight.
And for
vodka?
all the ladies listening, can't go wrong with the peach schnapps. You know.
Why do ladies have to do something different? Why can't they take equal?
Oh, are we gonna go into this right now?
Yeah.
You gonna make me seem like some sort of sexist?
Yep.
On your podcast.
That's exactly the angle I'm taking.
For those at home, take a shot right now. We're about to get deep.
Everyone at home can take the same shot though.
Except for the ladies, they can. You know what? I will allow the ladies to choose peach schnapps.
Oh, you'll allow them like you're the boss of them?
Oh God, I'm just digging a deeper hole right now. I'm just gonna quit while while
Good
I'm here.
idea.
Yeah, let's just stop. Just a disclaimer, not a sexist. Throwing that out there.
I feel like anytime you state like, oh, I'm a really funny person, like to me that just immediately means that you're probably not a funny person.
Did I say that at the beginning?
You just said I'm not a sexist.
Oh geez.
So to me,
and the hole gets deeper, man.
Yeah, just got to keep digging. We're
let's go
about
back
4
to the
feet
space
into your
program.
6 feet grave. Oh, you want to get back to
Let's
the space
go back.
program
I could talk
now?
about Trump all day. Let's change the topic.
I'd rather not talk about Trump all day though.
Are we gonna? Maybe it was like some sort of like childhood dilemma. You know, like something happened in my childhood that made me say these things. You know.
No, I think that I'm just like turning what you're saying into making you a douchebag. You're just saying like,
peach schnapps. I heard it in a movie once. Actually, I said that to be deep, because I didn't see Back to the Future. I saw this other movie.
What movies?
Blanking on the name.
What like big movies haven't you seen? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm curious about now.
Just name off a couple.
Have you seen Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw the one with the aliens.
Have you seen all three of them?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And the remake?
I haven't seen the first one.
You haven't seen the first one?
No, dude, I haven't seen
That's where the story
OG
all
Indiana
starts.
Jones. I know,
His
man.
dog's name Indiana.
Is that what happened?
I think that's what I think that he had a dog named Indiana, and then like for his for his hero name, he changed it to Indiana Jones.
Man, all right, so that's we'll go like half. I haven't seen.
Have you seen
half of that.
Spaceballs?
Yes, I have actually.
Have you seen Sandlot?
Yes, that's like one of my favorites. You're killing me, Smalls.
Have you seen? Let's see. Have you seen Jerry Maguire?
Jerry who?
Have you seen? I mean, these are more or less just like. You've seen The Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah.
You've seen 16 Candles.
No.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean,
I've got like a kind of rounded history on my movies, but I haven't seen everything.
All right, so I mean, here's a good question. I feel like every 10-year span can be summed up in a couple of great movies.
Okay.
So 30 years from now, when our kids are watching movies and watching oh man, what's your favorite movie from the 10s? What's your favorite movie from the 20 teens, Dad, Grandpa?
The 20 teens.
That's
an interesting question.
I think The Dark Knight will go down as one of the best movies of this decade.
Yeah.
I love movies like Spotlight. I think that it's a very well-made, well-told story. I like movies like The Big Short. I just don't know how those will age. That's like my thing. It's
just a classic story, Yeah,
it's a good story. It's based
outlandish.
off reality. I just don't know how that stuff will age because we don't really. There wasn't I wouldn't say that there's too many movies in the 80s, especially as many movies being made now that were based off a true story. Like what? E.T. based off a true story. No. It's like...
Wait, you're telling me E.T. wasn't based off a true story?
Okay.
Why are we building this space program?
Take a shot!
Take a shot for those listening at home.
Oh my goodness. Have you seen The Goonies?
Yeah, I have.
Have you seen Rudy?
Do the truffle... What? Yeah, I've seen Rudy. Yeah. It's a classic, man.
Rudy,
come on.
Rudy.
What do you take me for here, man? A goon? A goon?
One last... I will circle back to the space program, though. I think that he's just like not covering up, but more or less deflecting eyes from this whole thing.
Maybe.
With the immigration going on right now, where kids are being separated from their parents. You know, I think that his strategy has been the best way to get people to stop focusing about one thing is just to say something so outrageous.
Yeah.
That like.
It's just like, how do you not focus on what he just said? Because it's even crazier than the last thing he just said. You know,
and that's why I think he comes from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he knows that like we're like a dog, right?
Yeah.
If you have a ball, like imagine me with a ball in my hand, and I throw the ball, or like I do the throwing motion with my hand, but I hold the ball and put the ball behind my back. My dog will still run, right? So like, the ball is what you should be focusing on. He like does the throwing motion. Like, to imagine like the Space Force is the throwing motion.
Okay.
We're the stupid dog chasing after the Space Force, and he just puts the like little kids entertainment
behind his back. But hear me out. Back to the whole dark side of the moon. He's from the future because he knows that the aliens from the dark side of the moon are going to attack us soon. So he's got to build the Space Force to, you know.
What kind of drugs are you on right now?
Life. I'm high on life.
Are you on DMT?
I'm, you know, tripping on that 2CB, huh? Am I going to make it TBD, huh? Is that the lyrics?
Thought I was going to run DMC, huh?
You know, this podcast is like every train wreck episode from when we made YouTube videos. This is every train wreck episode. That's why people
like it. Those videos got thousands.
This is me getting a pie in the face right now. Or what did you hit me in the face with?
I hit you
a
in
handful
the face
of peanut butter
one time. The funniest part of that,
I know, right? You can't help but laugh because that's the craziest thing you've ever heard.
I told him it was dog poop too. That was the worst part about it.
I still have those videos. Those are classics, man. You made everyone think I was gay in that episode.
I know. So
you
we were doing this
slapped
game.
me with peanut butter.
We were doing this word game where like where you tell a story one word at a time. So I'd be like, we
are
going
to
the
mall.
So we'd do something like that. But he would be like,
I've gotten better.
We would be like,
first try.
We would be like, I
am going.
Yeah. But he'd be like, I am going. and then our friend Edgar would be like, to, and
yo, just let me pull up a soundbite to that.
And then Grant was like, touch boys. And I was like, what in the hell? And then of course he's like, cut out the part where I said touch boys. And of course I just put that in there.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling up a soundbite from that episode.
Well, while Grant is pulling up a soundbite from the video, I think that it's a great time to present the meme of the day. Meme of the day brought to you by my beautiful wife, who sends me memes every single day. Today's meme is a picture of a doctor with a picture of a couple who just had a baby. And the doctor says, we are going to deliver the baby. The parents respond, I think we'd like to keep the liver in. That's your meme of the day, brought to you by my wife. Grant, do you have the sound clip yet?
I do. Check this out.
And I'm here with Edgar and Grant.
Let's
my chocolate milk. We are going to make a random video. This is Grant, ladies and gentlemen.
You going to floor 7 too? No, not floor 72. I said, are you going to floor 7?
No,
you're done. Get him out.
So I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Now you're going to fast forward after you already played all of that worthless. You're taking up time here.
I know. I saw you look at the screen and you made me self-conscious. So now I'm now you're making me like rush.
Hey, at least I didn't tap on my wrist.
Here we go.
That was 4 words again.
Okay, one word each.
Okay,
No, 3. I can do it. All right, so in this game, every single one of us are going to say one word to build a story, starting with Chase, going down towards me, and we're going to keep going and see where this story goes. Okay, go.
Today.
We're doing 3 words. One word, Grant. Just one word.
Tomorrow I will meet Justin Bieber.
It will be
not fun at all.
That was 4 words. See, like, you've just always been a little goon. But anyways, Grant just kept fumbling over himself and messing things up along the way.
This is like an episode of Trainwreck, though. but podcast.
I feel like
edition.
every conversation I have with you, maybe that's the recurring theme of
You're not
why
too
my
far
life
off,
is a
man.
mess. It's because,
Is it a mess?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry that I did that to you.
My life is an
Apparently
absolute
I'm
mess.
ruining a lot
Dude,
of
I've had to
people's
start
lives
taking
recently.
vitamin C.
Vitamin C?
Yeah.
Well, why? Are you gonna get like scurvy or something? Do you have scurvy?
No, my immune system is terrible because I like stay up until 3 or 4 every night.
Maybe that's because of all the American honey you're drinking and all of the trolling you're doing on Fortnite.
Probably it probably does all come back to that. So yeah. Who knows? But anyways, that's about all the time that we have today. Not really, but I feel like this is a great time.
This is a good stopping point before I say something else.
Yeah, this is a good time to let Grant get out on top before he says anything else that he'll regret.
Good point.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. If you like this episode, make sure you share it with a friend. And I will see you when I see you.
Peace out, people. Thanks for having me, Chase. Live it up.
Peace.